All right, what is up, everybody? This is Jack from Golden Dice Podcast. In case you didn't get to see, we did not have internet for Tamaqua, so we have to make do. Um, so yeah, I recorded the games and I'm going to post them up. And this is our first one, round one. We tried to stream, but round two it did not work. Here we have Ewoks with Preemptive Strike. Versus Aphra, Elite Grievous, Sentinel Messenger. So it looks like he's running Pentraki Arena, which is deal one indirect yourself to deal one unblockable to an opponent. So he's going all in on damage still. Looks like there still is a little bit of glare. The overhead lights weren't the greatest. I brought stuff, but I'm mainly just going to try to call out plays. He got a respite. Looks like he's got a bubble shield in there, is what he drew off that. Tap an Ewok. So I know Mike is on the right. He eventually makes top 4. And that bubble shield comes down. You can tell there's a Scruffy in the Ewoks player's hand, but he's not moving the rest of it. So I'm unsure exactly what else is in there. Triple Zero comes in, hits a resource. Another Ewok activation. Looks like another respite, a by any means. Maybe a Fickle in hand. He has another respite, yeah. And he draws a probe, which is good into Ewoks. Especially if he's still sitting on 2 money. He might have a strength in hand. Yep. Yep, strength and Scruffy. So. Now we got a Stap Droid coming in, which does have ambush. And he hits the 1 ranged. So even though Mike isn't looking like he might kill somebody, he still has a chance to get an Ewok off the board if he gets into the 2 melee and gets a range on Grievous. But Mike's still not in bad shape. Ultimately, he only did take 3 damage, having burnt through the bubble shield. Looks like a 1 melee there. And a 2 indirect and a resource. Resolves a 2 indirect and is spread amongst another Ewok and Chief Chirp up there. Side note, would love feedback on the views here. The lighting was really hard to work with. I did bring mine, but it still didn't seem to help too much. But let us know on the over-shoulder cams. Trying to just get another view of the cams. The crotch cams from Gen Con were a little invasive, so trying something different. But always going to be playing with the angle. So he takes the shield off the Grievous die, so it wasn't a resource, it was a shield. And he resolves the 1 melee into one of the Ewoks. All right, looks like he's switching over to the big tokens because I can't tell what the other ones are, if they're 1s or 3s. So again, I don't think either player's super happy with that turn 1. Mike probably more so just because he only took 3 damage. The Ewoks actually took 4, so 3 damage. Yeah, and 3 damage with the preemptive strike. Right? Mike took shields, so he only took 1 indirect, and then he took 1 from the Hoth, and then 3 on the bubble shield, so 2 from Ewoks. Glider attack uses it on an Ewok. I'm more partial to the idea of using that on Chirpa after money is spent as well. So 1. He does have the option to spend a resource to block 1 damage. 2 on the shield. And then I think he paid. I think he went to the resource with 3, but hard to tell exactly. And BT comes down. Another bubble shield comes down. That was big for Mike. Looks like a rigged det on the Ewok player's side. That looks like a 1 melee on Chirpa. I think we see a dangerous maneuver, a sinister piece, and unsure on other stuff. So he takes the 2 off Aphra, puts it on the bubble shield, and then Ewoks will take an indirect from 000 being in play. And that Ewok will kill the bubble shield. BD comes in, deals an indirect to himself. And we got a missing die. And he puts 1 on the Ewok and 1 on the Hoth Trooper. And we got an indirect from BT. Draws a card. See, now this game I think really changes if the Ewok player is able to find diplomatic protection early and just forces the Aphra player to deal all the indirect into that character, whichever one he does pick, which probably would be Aphra. So here he does inflict pain to kill one of his Ewoks and does 2 indirect damage to Mike. Now, see, the tough part about this now is that Ewok is officially gone, right? The Arena of Death isn't still going to get damage out of him. Grievous comes in, hits a blank and 2 indirect. It looks like a 2 focus and 2 indirect. And it's looking like Mike wants Grievous around late game. As he hasn't put any damage onto him yet. I guess he figures with his focus and 2 damage sides, he'll be relevant late. Strength in numbers comes down for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at that. He's actually using the 5 damage tokens. I don't think anybody else used them. At least I didn't notice. I usually forget that they exist since I play with just normal 1s and 3s. So you don't really think to grab the 5. But we're still looking at 6 health on Grievous, 5 on Aphra, so 11, 14 health left on Mike's side. 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 17 on the Ewok side of the board, but their turn is just about done. And Mike still has plenty of dice to resolve. Brings in 000, gets the 1 melee, and he fixes the BT die, which was knocked as he rolled in. Oh, sorry, I guess that was a 2. That looks like the 3 for 1, 3 indirect for $1. So Mike took a resource with Aphra's die, but then Chirpa was shown to disrupt. He still does have a Grievous power action left to be able to reroll 3 out of 4 of his dice. So looks like he's just going to do the double focus, though. To the 1 ranged and to the 2 melee. So the 1 range will kill that Ewok. Probably resolve the indirect, see where that goes, and then he has 2 melee to resolve. I would assume the indirect, though, would go onto Chief Chirpa simply because he would be the only one who doesn't die. All right, so I think that's a mistake because, oh, and he does 2. Interesting. I'm not overly sure on Mike's logic there. I think I kill the Ewok and I kill the Hoth Trooper. He's probably looking to draw active cruelty in this hand, though, which he might know with the Sentinel Messenger. So if he drew the active cruelty, he's got big brains, and I have very, very, very tiny brains. So active cruelty kills Hoth and 2 Ewoks and just about ends the game. Yep, there slams down with authority, and then he discards 4 cards. Yep, and his other characters will take a damage. So this game is all but over, basically. He keeps, sorry, so he picked the 1. Ammo reserves, I think there was another Scruffy in there, maybe a Rigdet. Not exactly sure, but at this point, Mike just has to do 3, 4, 5 damage. And he's already got 2 of it from BT just activating. Chirpa comes in with a special for 2 indirect, but it's too little, too late. Maybe he's looking for a Forsaken here. He's got 2 climate arrays in hand. So yeah, he automated the die. Automated defense. So don't know if Mike took an indirect from BT. All right, and that's GG. They're going to shake hands. Mike, well played. The act of cruelty was big. He must have known that was there from the Sentinel Messenger, but I did not catch that. But again, thanks for tuning in. Sorry again that the stream was not the quality. I hope that these videos make up for it a little bit. We are also missing round 6, so we're missing round 1 and round 6. So hopefully the 2 through 5 and the top cut and all that will make up for it. Again, thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys later.